A lot of industrial heads as well as well-known people from Bengaluru have all hit out over this move proposed by the Siddaramaiah government to have 50% reservation in management positions and 70% reservation in other positions for Kannadigas. It's a move that even the BJP is finding difficult to really hit out over, given the politics and given how popular such a move would be to people in the state. So the proposal that has been passed by the Karnataka cabinet is that Kannadigas will get 50% reservation in Group C and 70% reservation in Group D. That's 70% for non-management roles. This has created a huge controversy with many well-known faces and industry heads and IT heads hitting out over this regressive move. And Nasscom too has now hit out over this and questioned this move by the Karnataka government. Though we did hear earlier Union Minister Ramdas Athavale in fact welcoming this move. So a minister from the central government appreciating this move by the Siddaramaiah government. And but Nasscom, however, had said Quota will hamper growth of the tech industry. Remember, Bengaluru is known as the Silicon Valley of India, and many IT companies, work from Bengaluru, and many of those working in the IT sphere are now questioning how this will impact the industry in the state. Nasscom too has now slammed this quota push in private jobs proposed by the Congress government. Well, let's go across to Pratibha now for more, and return to Pratibha, in fact, for more on this story. And as expected, Pratibha, more criticism of this move coming in from industry, and now you have software body Nasscom that is actually slamming this proposal for a quota in private jobs in Karnataka. We'll just try and return to Pratibha for more, but a huge controversy already. We've heard in Tamil Nadu, in the DMK, also appreciating this move, saying they are also going to explore this. But remember, in the past, such moves have been struck down by the courts. In Haryana too, there was a proposal in the past to have a reservation for locals in private industry, and it was struck down by the High Court as unconstitutional. The High Court had said that you cannot have any kind of discrimination amongst employees based on their place of birth, saying that this is unconstitutional. And this move by this proposal by the Karnataka government too perhaps could be struck down when it reaches the courts, because one will expect that this matter will be taken to the courts. But for the moment, obviously a proposal that is being appreciated by the Kannadigas, by the locals there, the BJP as well, not being able to really come out very strongly against this, but though they did describe it as a drama by the Karnataka Chief Minister. This after the BJP had been targeting the Karnataka government over corruption with the Muda alleged scam and the Valmiki scam. And now this proposal, however, is the top story from Karnataka and the top talking point as well. So Nasscom, they're coming out very strongly against this proposal, and as they had at the time when this was proposed in Haryana as well, and there was talk that industry will flee from Gurugram, where many have set up their headquarters in India. Similarly, Nasscom is now warning about Karnataka that with this proposal, it's going to hamper the growth of the tech industry there. It's going to lead to companies leaving Bengaluru, leaving Karnataka, and perhaps heading for other states such as Hyderabad, that has always kind of pushed itself as an alternative to Bengaluru. So that is something that many in industry in Karnataka have also cautioned against and have warned about, and called this move very controversial. We heard Mr. Mohandas Pai, former board member of Infosys, also hitting out against this, saying that it's an unconstitutional bill. All right, let's get you another reaction from the centre. And Union Minister Patil has slammed the Karnataka proposal for quota in the private sector. Let's listen in. So there you have the reaction coming in from the central government and Union Minister slamming the move. Minister of State for Skill Development saying Karnataka government's move is regressive, that such measures violate constitutional rights. This is something that the courts too have said in the past over a move to have a quota for locals in the private industry. In the past as well, as we said in Haryana, when such a proposal was made, it was struck down by the High Court, which said it's unconstitutional. There can be no discrimination against people for over where they are born. And similarly, one expects that this will also be struck down by the courts. It has currently, this bill has been passed by the cabinet. It will be presented in the assembly, but a huge reaction coming in from across Karnataka, from various industry heads, from Nasscom as well, that is hit out at what they've described as a regressive move. And now the central minister Minister of State for Skill Development also hitting out, saying that this violates constitutional rights and that it's a regressive move. In fact, initially it was even more controversial, as the Chief Minister had put on social media X that there would be 100% reservation. Later he deleted that post, and it was clarified by the Labour Minister that it would be 70% for non-management roles and 50% for management level employees. So let's return to Pratibha for more. And Pratibha, so as expected, since the morning we've been seeing the kind of reactions coming in to this move. And now you have Nasscom, hitting out over this, saying that it is a regressive move, saying it will hamper the growth of the tech industry. And you also have a central minister, Minister of State for Skill Development, hitting out and saying that it's regressive and it violates constitutional rights.
That's right. This hasn't been taken too kindly by the industry body, especially the Nasscom, as well as people like Mr. Mohandas Pai, who have termed it unconstitutional here. Main problem is when it comes to the industries setting up their base here in a place like Bengaluru, they would have to look at diverse talent. And that may be a problem when it comes to sourcing only local talent. And what if they do not have the talent? Now, the clause in that bill suggests that 50% would be reserved for Kannadigas in the management quota, and you have 70% for the non-management. But when it comes to this, if they do not find local talent there, then they would have to train local talent to upskill themselves in such a manner over a period of 3 years. Until then, there would be a provision that will be provided by the government in terms of sourcing talent from other places. Now, this is definitely not going to be viable, and that has definitely caused a lot of problem here. And the government has also gone on to say that if they do not comply by these rules, then it would invite a fine of up to 25,000 rupees. If they continue to do so, then 100 rupees per day. Now, this might not be a big amount, but then they would have to face the consequences, is also a warning that has been sent out by the government. Whether or not this bill gets cleared, there needs to be wider consultations, because there are ministers within the Congress party who do not seem to be complying with this bill, who do not seem to be agreeing with certain terms and conditions that have been laid out in this bill. We'll have to wait to see the repercussions of this once they decide to table this in the assembly, considering the fact that there has already been a political turmoil of sorts with respect to different other incidents that have happened here in Karnataka. Now, this becomes another fuel of sorts that has set off a political face-off between both the BJP as well as the Congress here. Back to you.